All right, so CSS Flexbox. This is a property of CSS3. It was the most recent update of CSS a couple of years back, and with it came Flexbox and Grid, two very important tools we have for page layout. So we're going to learn Flexbox first, and then either tomorrow or probably more like Monday, we'll look at Grid, and then how to use these together. But what I have here is a basic kind of nav bar setup, the div with 3 divs inside of it for the user to navigate the site. And then I have some very basic CSS. I took all margin off the page, and I gave my class a nice border so we can see it. My question is, without going Flexbox, how can I get these 3 divs to go in a row? What would the trick be? Yeah, because by default, these are block elements, right? They take up the whole page. So I could say all of the divs that are in the container make their display line block. And now I put them on the same row. Now they only take up their content space. But now what if I wanted to center those 3? Or like space evenly in that bar? What would my process be? Ooh, we could try text align. Unfortunately, while it's the first go-to, it will do nothing.
Margin.
It's unfortunate. It's like, why didn't you just do what I asked? Yeah, so then you start putting margin around them, so nothing on the top and bottom, maybe on the left and right, 5 pixels. Okay, that worked out okay. There's less space here than there is there. And as the page grows, okay, it didn't stay in the center. So this is this notoriously really tedious thing to deal with. So Flexbox came around to make this quick and snappy. So we're not going to do this. I do have a bunch of preset CSS here. None of it has to do with Flexbox. It's all just so this looks pretty for the example. Ooh, pretty. I have these 3 nav links. By default, they're divs, right? So they are stuck. Their own row filling up the whole space. Each div does have a text align center, so it's sitting there, as we see here. We're still having the same issue. So when Flexbox comes into play, same with Grid as you see, it's all about parent-child relationships, as we can talk about. So I think we're seeing it now. These 3 divs are the children of this parent div. So the way Flexbox works, you define the parent as the Flex container, the box itself. So we tell this container to be a Flexbox, and immediately, by default, these 3 divs, basic HTML display properties, are overwritten, and they're considered Flex children. They are now properties of the box they're in. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go to my container here. Again, remember, all this stuff is silent, so we don't need to worry about it. We're worried about the parent right now. So I'm going to give it a display property, and we've done block, inline block, and inline, but now we're going to say Flex. And immediately they become Flex children. How did just display Flex? What properties changed on these divs? Yeah, they're on the same lines. These kind of turn into inline elements. They will only take up a singular content at this point. And instead of going top to bottom, they're going left to right. This is actually a Flex property. So Flexbox has 2 axes, 2 axi. I don't know what by default, the Flex axis, or the Flex direction is row. So you can think x-axis, left to right, y-axis, top to bottom. And by default, it's left to right. If we wanted to declare it, even though it's the default, the handle for this is Flex direction row. And we'll see no change because that is the default. It'll always start off as a row. Well, if I wanted to get them actually stacked on top of each other again, I could change the axis. So right now, X is left to right, Y is top to bottom. I can flip that on its side. X is top to bottom and Y is left to right. by saying row, instead of the direction of rows, the direction of columns. And they go back to stacking. And we've written variable code so far to make this swap. Right? So row is the default. So we're going to stay on row for a minute. Because what was the issue we were having? We wanted to space our nav bar links out uniquely or differently without having to worry about margin and padding and aligning and all that. So the container, the flex parent, this div, can be told how to construct a filter to orient themselves inside the box. So we're going to start with the first property. This property, when we're in flex direction row, is accessing the left to right. So we're going to say justify content. And this is the left to right, where the x-axis attribute for space. So just with justify content, I'm going to say center them. And they are perfectly centered. And in fact, as the page grows, they stay perfectly centered. So that's nice. May still not be what we want though. But there are a lot of different ways to justify content. We can say center, we can say space around. They'll all have their own even spacing around them, even as the page grows. They'll keep that the same. You know, this is the split right here, and it has the same space both sides. Same here. Same here. I can do space between, where the outer ones will push to the sides. They'll keep even spacing in between the elements. And there's even a space evenly, where they'll just get even spacing as the page. Okay, so justify content by default is the left to right. It's the x-axis, because by default that's what our axis is setting. But if I flip this axis by setting it to column, justify content flips with it. Justify content is now doing the top of the box. So now, if I give this container some height, we can justify it up to down on this. So let me give it a little height, so there's more to work with. Maybe 5 pixels, is that too much? No. Okay. So just by changing the axis direction, the justify content is now doing top to bottom. So let's do center again. They all smash in. Space around. They get that even spacing. Evenly. Okay. So what do I change? I want to go back to left or right. Which property and what do I set it to? Flex direction, and what's the property that makes it go left or right? Row. Yeah, so I can set it back to row. Ooh. But now my height is really messing with things. There we go.
And text line does nothing.
Yes, text line does nothing. When you use the Flexbox, you don't use text line. You use the flex property. All right, so we have display flex is necessary on the parent. Then we can state correction. We have row and column. They also have reverse properties, so we can say row reverse. Let me comment this out. And now the rows can be at the end versus a regular row that starts at the beginning of the Flexbox. So there is also, as we have column, there's also a column reverse, and we won't see that unless we have height. So let's do that. Column, and actually no, let's start at the bottom of the box. Column reverse. Okay, so there's a really easy way to kind of get a group of elements to jump certain sizes or different parts of the box, orient themselves differently. Set that back to row.
It also changes the sequence.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter how your HTML is written as far as, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can change, this one should actually be before home or what have you. And we can change all that with CSS. Okay, so display flex, the direction, and then if you like it left or right go, space. Well, what if, let's put it for a second. What if I want this home perfectly centered as an old box right here? Well, yeah, right now I only have a left to right with justify content. So I need another selector that does the up and down on the flex direction row. So the other selector for that is align items. So if I set justify content to center, it'll just say where it is in center, left and right. Now I want to center it from top to bottom. And now we have a perfectly centered box in the box. And in fact, as the page grows, it stays perfectly centered. So if you want to perfectly center something inside of another, this is your go-to. Justify content, center, align items, center.
So that's what we wanted.
Okay, so again, by default, what is the default direction of a Flexbox, the x-axis? Left to right, y top to bottom. Okay. When I switch it to column, which direction does the x-axis go down? Top to bottom. Yeah, we're kind of thinking it's like literally flipping. So what was left to right is now top to bottom. What was top to bottom is now left to right. So if I have this column, justify content is now my top to bottom. Align items is now my left to right. They stay consistent with their axis, but if we flip the axis, they're still affecting the same one. We're just viewing it differently. What's nice is the whole center doesn't matter the direction. We're just saying it's in the center.
As far as the other options besides center, items will always be right and left, even if it's rotated going up and down. So the other options besides center, so
On align items?
yeah.
Yeah, align items will have similar ones as justify content. No, sorry. What's the word?
Not important.
I know we've had a lot in our heads today, but so far, do you have any questions on these 4 selectors? Or with a specific example you've run into trouble doing centering or positioning something that we could look at explicitly here? Okay.
Most of these for sticking out box.
This is like showing one example. Let's say, let's go to Twitter. Twitter won't let you look at stuff unless you're logged in. What's a website that won't make me log in that will be a good example? Amazon uses everything. We can check there. So, for example, the nav bar here. This is probably, for simplifying this to its lowest level, it's probably a div with a bunch of divs underneath it. Flex direction column. So they're all stacking on top of each other. We're thinking spatial awareness. So what flex direction would this possibly be if we're using Flexbox for row? And how many divs do we see right here? Like out? Yeah, 6 main divs that may have an image tag and a p tag inside of them. So we have 6 divs. We're saying display columns in a row. So they say display flex direction row, and they automatically line up like that.
What would you use medical?
Oh, this effect? Overflow and a scroll. Yeah, we'll look at that. Okay. So these are the main 4 that you're going to stick to. And to be honest, I've done most things I need to do with Flexbox with just these 4. But there's about 10 others that Flexbox gives you, because right now we're just dealing with the parent. How should the parent tell the children what to do? You can also tell each individual child how to orient itself in the box if you want to specify them separately. You can also tell them to be responsive. So if I just need flex 1, watch what changes. Nothing. Let's see. Sorry, one more second. Flex 1. Now this is the flex. So this is, we've been looking at the parent ones. Let's look at one child on the container div class here. So this is referring to these 3 divs inside of it. Let's say we want them all to maintain the same size regardless of page size. Grow and shrink with the page. We can tell the children to flex themselves, and if we just put a number like 1, we're telling them all to fill up 1 equal fraction of what's available. So they're splitting themselves into equal thirds. So we said all divs, you have the same flex property. Always be the same size of each other. If the page grows, all you should grow in tandem and be the same, so we get this nice like stretch graph. But we can differentiate. If we want a specific div a larger percentage of the available space, give it a larger flex div. So let me grab one individual div. I'm just going to grab the search, for example. I'll say in the container, and we haven't seen this CSS selected before, but you can say this, you can say in the container, grab the div that is the 10th child, the second one that occurs. So this is grabbing this div in particular. Now I'm going to tell it to flex at 2. Now it will get 2 equal fractions, and these get a half of what this is. And as the page grows and shrinks, we maintain those resolutions. So this is a really useful child property, flex. And these are the useful parent properties: display, direction, justify, and align. Now, if you go through the write-up, you may find it a little overwhelming because there are so many things. But it's one of those things, you know what it is, you may know what you're looking for, you know where to look for it if you need it. Put it all together. Okay. I think I have one more example here. Is there anything you're working on that you've been trouble centering? Let's say like a travel form. You have your form and it's like smashed to the left-hand side. How do I keep that in the middle of my page? Let's do that as an example. Now I'm not going to pass it on this. Yeah, no matter where. Well, it has to be a direct copy. Yeah, well, let's look at that. So I'm going to delete all this code because all of this code that I added here is correct in the write-up. But if you want to play with it, open the write-up, copy the code, play along with it. All of this is in there. Let's say we have a div, and in that div we have a form with some inputs and a button. All right, so by default, these are inline elements, the inputs are, so they just land in the div, so they get a button. But let's say that we kind of like all these inputs to stack on top of each other with the button on the bottom. My question is, what would we make display flex to make the form stack on top of itself? Input after input.
The form itself?
The form itself. Cool. So let's give this an ID for styling purposes. Form. We'll say flex form. And in style CSS, flex form. Display flex. Oh, nothing really changed. I mean, they're all in a nice row now. So how do I get them to stack on top of each other? Cool. So column. That didn't do anything. What do I have to write before column? Start with F full, ends with X direction. Cool. Flex direction. Column. Now our form is perfectly stacking and is growing with the page. So that's a start. I don't want this to grow with page though. I'd like it to stay one little simple size. Yeah, so I'll give it some width. I'll say actually the width of this Flexbox should only be 300 pixels. Now we run another issue. Even though the form is flexing all of its inputs and its buttons well, the form itself is not flexed out, it's stuck in the corners. Conundrum. So how can I center this entire element right in the middle of the page?
Justifying the
Yeah, I can put a Flexbox in a Flexbox. Why not? Because it makes no sense. No, it does make perfect sense. This is my flex div. So now, form is the flex child of the div. Form is also flex parent of these elements. It's totally fine to do this. We'll do it all the time once you get comfortable with flex. Let's give the flex div some properties. Okay, I didn't change anything yet. What else might we need to give this? To get this perfectly centered right here. Display flex first and foremost, or nothing else will work. Justify content. Center. Okay. Yeah, so now how do I get the top to bottom? This is the left to right, right? Now that would change the direction of it. I need to orient this on the y-axis. So flex, justify content as the x-axis, left to right by default. What is that? Select
Line items.
line items. But still in center. Why? No. Where would you look? You didn't know why. DevTools. And we're like, you know what? I expect it to move down. Why isn't it? So I go over here, I hover over my flex div, and oh, my flex div is only as high as the form. So I am telling it to center, but there's no y-axis for it to move further down the page. Yeah, so then flex div needs to be large enough to move this thing all the way down. So I need to make the div itself container the size of the page. I'll say height, 100% viewer height. Magically, the form sits in the center. Regardless of page size. Yay!
Is that viewer height probably the best size method to use as far as
For specific circumstances, yes. Percentages can be good for responsivity. We'll talk about responsive web design tomorrow, and we should not be worried about a user doing this with our site in that work. We're thinking about if they visit us on the tablet versus the phone versus the desktop, how does it look like when they get there? It's their fault if they start dragging stuff and they're like, oh, stuff jumps around. Stop dragging the page around. Deal with it on the side. But by default, I mean, it's still a really smooth transition. I did 100% viewer height on this because maybe this is like our login page. And this is like the login page. And then once they log in, they click this button, they're routed to another page. I want this to take up the whole page, so I gave it 100% viewer height. That's because it's very specific use case.
What if you put like
50%? Then it will take up 50% of what the page is. And if we went and looked at that div inside of DevTools, off to the right, here's our flex div. Notice it's exactly 50% height of the page. And if I change the height of the page, dragging this up, hover again, it's still perfectly 50% of the viewer's height. So first, just did this one form. Say, hey, let's orient all these in a specific way. But then we realized we'd like to center this form as well. So we wrapped it in a flex square as well, so that we could justify its content while it was justifying its own content.
So, say you had something, I know this is bad, you had something set up on a flex button, like a parent flex, and then the child flex, change to that, your son actually shows up on the page. Child or parent.
I'm trying to understand exactly.
Like, if, say, I was at intelligence, and, sorry, this is random.
Right.
But like a spacing or something. So I set the spacing in a certain way on the parent, this is how I want to do, but then I change the spacing on the child. Which one would which one would the poll actually show up?
Yeah, so let's see. You know what you're saying? Let's grab all these inputs and give them some margin. Maybe that would, so let's say the flex form. Let's grab all the inputs inside of it. Remember, all these inputs are flex children. They're all flex children on this flex box. I'll give them a margin of 5 pixels on the top and bottom, 0 on the left and right. And it will still allow me to do that even though it's in a flex box. If that's what you're saying. So there can be competing positioning rules that work well together, and then some that won't work together at all. Like text align will not work in a flex box, if that's what you're saying.
That's kind of what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's another way to do this, right? I wouldn't need to necessarily give this margin if I gave the form a little height of like 400 pixels. Whoa, where'd it go?
And that's kind of what I was wondering. If you set the height.
There we go. So the form has a height of 400 pixels. Now let's try a little bigger. Okay, and just so we can see what the form looks like, this is the border. Right? So yeah, make it. And instead of giving margin for all the inputs, they're all flex children of this form. So with my direction being column, how would I space these evenly on this axis? What is my selector when my direction is column? It's one of these. Yeah, so justify content does left and right when we're in row. But when we're in column, justify content does top and bottom. So we'll say justify the content of the inputs, make them space. And this login is kind of throwing things off, so we'll get rid of that. But now they're spacing evenly inside of here. Or space around, between. We want things to be smushed up to the top and bottom. So this will take a little playing with. The reason we're putting this out to you today is when you're doing Mario pest control, I would play around with Flexbox. You're going to want to get some practice with it, because then we're going to throw grid into the mix so you can get your layout really nice. You know, my layout should be here, my main page should be over, or the main section should be over here. Grid is for how your page is laid out. Flex is saying, inside of each piece of the layout, how should those elements land inside of those pieces. So we're going to learn Flexbox and how to separate and evenly spaced elements, and then we'll learn grid to put this box in the appropriate part of the web page, along with all the other boxes we have going on. Display flex, specify content, and flex directions, and line items are your go-to. And notice if I press display flex on any of these, the other selector will no longer work. So you have to say it's a Flexbox before the property will begin working. Should we review this again tomorrow morning? Just like I don't think it's an angry feeling, or it's a I'm feeling a vibe. Why? Maybe. Why are you doing this? Yeah, that doesn't help either. We're probably all dehydrated. And, yeah. So there's no excitement with this. Happy news. Because I just want you to use it on Mario Plus. Hey, I did something nice. Today at least. Okay. So when you're working on Mario Pest Control, you say, oh, I want to use Flexbox. Go to the write-up that's in Slack. And what we covered is really this first couple sections. It covers the axis, what direction you want. So it covers row reverse, column, and column reverse. Then it goes over justified content. A couple properties we didn't look at. Moving to the left or right side of a bar. Then it goes over positioning items individually. Responsiveness, flex properties. Yeah, so there's a lot in here. You really only need the first bit of the article to do what you need to do, but there's a lot in here. So, line items. Yeah, if you want the code that this write-up starts with is what they use for all these examples. If you go through this write-up, kind of changing the code as they do, you'll see all of this live on your screen. It's super nice. And it is warm in here. Okay.